clothing, 350. Interestingly enough, it's the inland cities which will get the supply of clothing. Like I said, only 8% get it. Pitch, 700. Pelts, 350. Same for meat, 350. God, I love meat. Such a good trade good. Wine, a couple hundred. Spices, if we ever have them, a couple hundred. Cloth, or clothing, 350. Yeah, cloth. Cloth is not 350. Cloth is 350. And then finally tools, which is about 500. There we go. Go to Jonas, drop it all off, and we're good. So please get around to that. Although, did I really give you enough? We'll give you everything, because why not? Very good. Now, I wonder if my other places are also well enough. Okay, so Warsaw has a similar problem. Stagnation. And honestly, they are close to starvation. Look at what's happening to them. It's not good. The supply, Warsaw and OCB got attacked as well. Where is it? There we go. Supply, Warsaw and OCB has very few. Right, that's the problem. That's why the honey from Warsaw to Thorn keeps failing. It's because you are picking up honey, which you should not do. I think it's because I assumed I was only making wine in Warsaw. That is completely not true. Warsaw does make wine, but they also don't make honey. So honey needs to be taken out of this. This explains so much. There we go, that's good. Now, you need to be made a lot better for what you take over. However, you also need a lot more wagons. Fortunately, I have tons of them. Koenigsberg, Hamburg, Bremen and Cologne. Alright, Bremen for example. Let's bring them over. Because all of my wagon trains which supply hit up Rostock. So let's get you over there. There was another one with tons of them, right? That's nearby, I mean. Well, not really, but I should get them prepared. These things are expensive to make and cost tons of goods. But now I think I have more than I need. Incidentally, if I hadn't modded their sizes, I would have about 20% of the wagons that I need. They are so ridiculous. Crush. Where's that supply Warsaw guy? Is it you? No, you're supply Breslau. Berlin. Kaunas. Warsaw.
Consider this as either a token of my esteem or revenge, whichever you prefer. Reputation
damaged in Ripen. Notice that has no effect whatsoever.
So, that's what you get.
So everybody hates me because I gave them loads of money and they're trying to do sabotage on me. Hopefully my sentries catch all of them. The worst thing they can do though is worker strike, so let's just pray that doesn't happen. If it does, I don't really have a response to it. Lots of bad things happening right now, but that's okay. Alright, so the Warsaw and OCB. Let's start by dropping off all this honey, which we have too much of, and stopping your trade route to bring you a lot more wagons. We just ditch all these excess ones here in Rostock. It's where all my spare wagons should be. Oh man, they just made this a single click action in Rise of Venice. Much cleverer in my opinion. My correct opinion. I mean, what's the purpose of dragging when there's only a one option? It should just be click and they move along. Can I shift click? Control click? No. No, of course I can't. Hi Jake, how long are you planning to stream Patrician today? Until it's done. How long will that take? I'm not sure I want to know. Alright, the wild card is still here doing his thing. The inland buildings should be done though, so I can't imagine why he still has a job to do. I want him to stop and just wait here then. Because really there's nothing left for him that he should be doing. So just wait here. So the Warsaw no CB, I also want him to be pretty huge. What was it? It was like 15 big and we were happy. And he needs to get a similar thing going. So when you trade from Rostock, I need you to again get all these goods. Don't like the order that there is here. Can I not just get them back in a nice way? No dealing in honey, no dealing in wine. You make both of those. Okay. In Rostock, unload everything. In Rostock, load. And again, let's have a look at this. What is it then? It's like 900 of you, 1700 of you, 1800 grain, 900, 700, 700, 700. Funny that people need as much pig iron as they need salt. But who am I to judge? It's like 550 of you, mead, 700, cloth, 350, which means 350 clothes as well. Beer, people always want lots of beer. Same for fish. Cheese we didn't touch on last time, and they're going to need 700 of it. Pitch, another 700. Pelts, what did I say, 350, 350. And then a couple hundred spices, because why not? And then when you get to Warsaw, unload everything, load everything, that'll top you up. So please get back to that. Remember to take the town treasuries, Jake. I mean, there's no need to. When I press spacebar, money is going to flood in like crazy. So that deals with Warsaw and Kaunas. I suspect Breslau has similar problems. Breslau to Thorn wine. Okay, well that's not really a problem that I'm looking at. So supply Breslau is actually on its way to Breslau with way too few supplies. So get back to Rostock. Stop that. We'll tool you right up. And we'll give you similar treatment. Now over in Breslau, it produces wine and nothing but. Fortunately, wine has already been knocked off the list, so we can just go through this as normal. In Rostock, I want you to, and this will come as no surprise, I want 900 wood, 1700 brick, 1800 grain. You might wonder where I'm getting these numbers from. I have a spreadsheet that calculates 10-day demand. 10-day demand you can find inside the game, so you could figure this out yourself. Alternatively, go onto the first of my videos on Patrician 4, where I have many of my resources posted up. Mead 700, fish 1000, beer 1000. Wait, why did I say beer 700? Mead needs 700. This is in a strange order again, and I don't like it. Well, okay, fortunately it remembers all the values there, that's very nice of it. Let's check again then. Wool, 700, 700, 700, 350. Tools, yeah, like 550. Meat 700, cloth 350, beer and fish at 1000, clothes 350, cheese grommet. Equal amount of pitch needed as cheese. Got to keep those roofs flammable. Pelts 350, meat 350. No wine because they make it, and a couple hundred spices. That will keep you a lot better. I mean, they're probably going to go and supply with that bunch that they have right now, but that's okay, it'll fix itself. Berlin is very well stocked because it's really close to Rostock. Posen also seems really well stocked. Really, really well stocked, almost suspiciously so. Erfurt is also quite far away. Cologne, I don't worry about, they get supplied by boat. Then again, not enough by boat. Where's their supply? Where's the cologne supply? Seems to have dried up a bit. Supply, cologne. I mean, it looks like he brings a lot of goods. But it's an 11-day round trip. Maybe they... No, they haven't just finished repairing either. I think Cologne needs a bit better supplied than this. Also feels like they're missing some goods here from supply, but I think that's just because we don't have them in stock. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. So what's that? Consider upping Cologne supply. I'll make a note of that. Cologne's population is lower than normal, so... Hang on, wasn't Cologne's population overinflated because of enemy buildings? I think they were, so maybe that's what was causing it. Maybe. Okay, Airort. I need to deal with supply Airort. The Naga. Again, just doesn't seem to bring in the goodies. It says it takes a long time, but let's get you back here, stop that, and bring on more of you. Now, Airort produces metal and nothing but for us. So, unsurprisingly, we get everything but metal. Is it in another wacky order? Yeah, of course it is. So let's just drop the metal out of this. In raw stock, unload everything, and then load from the warehouse, of course. Same amount, there's really no reason not to bring them the usual, except Airort has a staggeringly large population. So it might be worth actually upping this a wee bit. Let's assume it's 80,000 population I've got to deal with. In which case we'll probably need a little bit more of these. Just a little bit. Okay, so what are you doing then? Yeah. Nothing a good bit of rounding can't solve. Hemp and wool. 900, 900, 900. It's nice when those three numbers are pretty much the same. 450 with tools. No, 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 no. Tools. It's in a funny order again, isn't it? Was it not always? Okay, let's do this a bit slower. Wool. Honey. Oh, of course, because metal was out of it. That's what screwed up my thinking here. Still, salt, you don't need a ton of it. Tools, you need quite a few of them. Mead. The need is there. After mead comes cloth for 450. Beer. Everybody needs beer. It's about as much as you need fish. And then clothes, as if you're going to get clothes. Plenty of cheese, that's a necessity, as much cheese as you need. Pitch. And then there's pelts at the same level as meat. Everybody needs wine. And then again in Airort, just load and unload as much as you can. Want to make sure that is actually loading and unloading, max everything. Good. And get back to work. Now, Cologne is fine, Minden is no doubt fine because it's so close. Berlin is close and dealt with. Posen looks adequately... seems oddly well stocked. You are selling everything, right? Yes, yes, you are. Okay, excellent. Is there anything else on my to-do list? Because I've now supplied all inland cities. Well, potentially not, so let's save and save often. Whoops. Now I swear there was an automatic one of these that I didn't like. Wildcard Red Crane now sits around idle, but there was another one, wasn't there? Wagon Train. For some odd reason, is still doing automatic routes. Stop that, there shouldn't be any auto trade for you to do, and get over to Rostock. Crunch. Alright, this is a happy situation. I don't know why Airort is so low on wood, they just got plenty. Alright, excellent, except for all these ships that are attacking me for some reason. Good, very good. Okay, I guess what now needs to be done is all the distribution needs to be dealt with. For example, the center seems to be lacking a lot of wool. Seems to be lacking hemp for some reason, and that makes absolutely no sense. Rostock? No hemp issues there. Well, regardless, I should probably just go through the goods and make sure that 1, they get to Rostock, 2, they get distributed. Edinburgh makes beer, and the beer seems to be flowing. Good. It would make a good idea to just go through everywhere and make sure all of their goods are flowing, because if not, I can address that. Scarra, the wood does not flow, the honey does not flow. Nothing flows properly from Scarra. I mean, that's not good at all. So, and I guess I'll just go through this city by city, which is only 40 cities, but everything that's already working fine shouldn't be a problem. So Scarra needs its honey, wood, and beer to flow a lot better. A hell of a lot better. So for that, we just find a Scarra. Scarra to Rostock wood, for example, is minuscule. And he's almost in Scarra as well. Sadly, Scarra doesn't really have any boats for him. So we should get all of these Scarra boats back here. The mead, the tier trade, seems to run quite fine. The Blue Moon beer guy does not. And then there's honey, wood, and beer. Well, we don't even have a Scarra honey guy. We have mead and wood, but not the honey. Which means I get to make one, which is rather nice. I wonder if I have any auto fleets around here. I think I used them all up by now. No, the SS Chie can still find a use. Actually, she's still working the streets. So, Chie, no time for that. Get back to Nashved, please. Wow, I still had an auto. And it's loaded with spices. That's kind of nice. In any case, this is no longer your thing to work. You simply bring honey from Scarra to Rostock. Nice and easy, right? Wow, I bet you can hear that. That must be great. Alright, let's try and get my head here. Honey, we need to load up on it. What the world did I just do there? I haven't set up a supply route in a long time, so this is going to be a bit confusing. Alright, that's fine. In Scarra, load up all your honey. In Rostock, unload all your honey. Very simple. So you are the Scarra to Rostock honey, and we'll still call you the Chie. Oh, right, that's not where the name Chie goes. Scarra to Rostock, honey, Chie. But how much honey do we make there? It's a 9-day route, let's assume it's 10. And Scarra in 10 days will make 8,000 honey. However, 2,000 of it will be drank by the mead breweries, so I need a capacity of 6,000. Seems nice and simple. Carvels, please. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that is extremely obnoxious, that noise. You guys can probably hear it, since I can hear it over everything. Wonder if I should turn down audio gain. And anyway, there you go. Chie, bring us the honey. I should probably also make sure that Scarra is not on the Honey West trains. Wherever it is. Honey West 1 and West 2. And yes, Scarra is on it. So I simply grab Scarra and I... Wow, you can do that to get rid of them. That's cool. Learning new things all the time. There we go. Scarra has now been removed from that and the honey has been sorted. Good. What else needed sorted? The wood and the beer. The wood guy is on his way back. The Scarra to Rostock Beer Blue Moon is already there, it seems. Now you have a tiny, tiny amount that you do here. I'm going to start by ditching this beer of yours. Maybe not to... maybe not straight to market. Okay, so how much beer do we make in Scarra? Yeah, about 6,000 every 10 days, so your capacity needs to be increased somewhat. Every time Jake makes a competitor disappear, you hear a leaf blower engine. Yeah, I wonder what they're doing out there. There was probably a message left for me in Swedish about work going on around here, but unsurprisingly I don't read those. Okay, it's very simple. You go to Scarra, you pick up all the beer. You go to Rostock, you dump all the beer. But when you're in Rostock, I actually want you to load up on grain. Forget loading it. I want unloading it. I want you to load up on all the grain that you can. And then in Scarra, I want you to ditch all that grain. There we go. That should sort out some of our work. And then all that's left is the woody one. Now Scarra doesn't make a lot of wood in 10 days. Really doesn't make a lot of wood, but it's still sitting there and needs to be gotten rid of. It's slightly over 300, so if I had a capacity of 4,000, that would be sorted. So we'll sort that out for you. You just need to up your capacity. You're mixing, and I don't like that. Where are our cogs anyway? Yeah, I should have cogs for you. Let's get rid of those beefed up ones. 3, 4, 5. What did I say? Like 4,000 capacity should do it? I mean, honestly, 3,500 should do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I can put the Hanseatic cog back with its kind, which are very few, but at least it's done now. And get back to it. And now everybody wins. So with that, Scarra is sorted out. We move over to Boston. Boston has tons of salt, which just is not flowing. Why? Why is that not flowing? Boston to Rostock salt, the Yeoman. Well, that's a good question. Why is it not flowing properly? 14-day journey. Well, let's call it 15 days, and I know why. It's because he brings salt to these guys that I want to get the salt. I don't mind having that, but we make a metric bollock ton of salt around here. So in 15 days, yikes. What do we need then? A 22, a 30, like over a 30,000 capacity for salt moving here. It's a lot. I mean, what is that? And I'm going to want to bring back a whole bunch of wood for this guy, because he drinks wood. He already gets plenty of wood, but I can certainly make life easier for him. Oh well, let's get you back to Nashved and tool you up. I wonder if Nashved needs any salt. Of course they don't. You're made entirely of caravels. Why break a habit? How many do we need here? And how much were we making? 22,000, let's say 23,000 times 15, 20, 30. Don't know, not so good with my numbers there. Why don't I get good old calculator out? Yeah, 34,000 seems about right. Which is all well and good, but there's one other thing that I want you to do when I activate you, and that is when you get to Rostock. Oh, you already do get all the wood. That's cool. Do you get maximum amount of wood? No, you only bring back 8,000, which is about right. But they drink more than that, so maybe you should actually get like 12,000 wood. And in Boston, yeah, you ditch all that wood. Good, keep it up. And I'm proud of you. So with that, Boston is sorted. Excuse me. It's going to take a while for this salt to normalize, to the point where I might get the wild card in to help out with that. I mean, not like we're short on salt around here. London, the beer flows nicely. Good. Brugge. Brugge stocks up on spices, something fierce. I would love to get those spices back home. Brugge have wagons which could transport those spices. So, counting house administrator for Brugge, please buy like all of the spice that you can at reasonably high prices. Sell it back whenever you can. And yeah, I mean, we could do this by boat, but why do it by boat when you can do it by wagons? So, you'll be the Brugge to Rostock. Is that what I call them? I'm not actually sure how I call my spice trade. Do I have one under S? Probably not. Who else brings me spices? Thorn probably does. No. Cologne maybe? Cologne to Harlem. Honey. Do I thought I did set up a spice trade. Oh well. Perfect. I've completely neglected the dollar sign of perfect trade setup, because that I was never going to remember that all the time. Okay, for starters, I want you to have a few wagon trains. I don't know how many spices we managed to rack up. But the point is, you go from Brugge to Rostock, and when there are spices, you get all those spices. And in Rostock, you dump all those spices. Easy, now get to it. Brugge to Rostock. Spice. Other than the spice situation, which, you know, you're going to need to start out with some, get on that. Brugge looks good, right? Nothing excessive. Cologne has a butt ton of honey, and I don't know why. We have this guy, Cologne to Harlem honey. 6,000. It's probably just not the capacity that we need, I guess. Well, it takes 4 days, let's say 5, and in 5 days you make... Okay, it needs a much bigger capacity. Do any of these guys have some spare river cogs? Why, you do. That's very fortunate for us. Over you go to Nimwegen. We give you some extra coggage. River coggage. I'll just take all of them and get back to work. With that, Cologne, everything else seems fine, except they got all these spices because you there, Cologne to Rostock spices, seems to just break down every now and then. Get back to work. Nimwegen has a lot of hemp and a lot of fish that are not flowing. Do we even have a Nimwegen fish guy? Nimwegen to Haarlem